Okay, so when you think of the low punch shot, who do you automatically think of? Tiger Woods. But these shots aren't just for Tiger. I'm talking about the low draw, the low fade, and the low stinger. If you put these tools in your tool belt, you'll shoot the lowest you've ever scored, guaranteed. Stick with me in this video, and I'm gonna show you exactly how. So first thing is first for the punch shot. Grab yourself a lower lofted club like a 4-iron. Setup is very important for this. First thing is first, you're gonna put your ball in your normal position, okay? Just like you hit a normal shot. From there, you wanna make sure that this ball now goes slightly farther back in your stance than what you're used to. The reason for this, we wanna make sure that at impact, the loft of our club stays down and going forward. Most people in the golf swing, they wanna go up and backwards. This helps us promote us to go down and forward, okay? So after we have that ball position like so, we'll make sure you grip down the grip closer to the shaft to have a little more control over the club face. From this position, we're gonna have a little bit of weight, call it 60% weight on our left-hand side for you right-handed players. A little bit of weight right here. And as you notice, automatically, my hands go slightly forward as well. This is all promoting a downward, lower strike to get us set up for this low punch shot. So for the low punch shot, we've got ourselves set up correctly. We have that ball position in the back of our stance. We've got our weight a little bit forward. Now the actual swing of this is slightly different than what you're used to. So we got a proper setup like so. Now you want to take actually a smaller swing, shorter swing for these type of shots. You want to take it back about 3/4 than what you're used to. Now the goal of this is to take it back about 3/4 so that it's easier for you to finish lower through impact. The reason why we want to finish lower through impact is because you want to maintain that dynamic loft that you initially had at address. So if we have low loft here at address and we finish low through our target like so, that maintains that loft and keeps that golf ball low, okay? So we're set up properly. We're gonna take a 3/4 swing and finish low, almost about belt high right here. Now this is the most crucial part of this. When you see players like Tiger hitting those stinger shots, that's a lot of swing speed, okay? A lot of swing speed. The problem with swing speed, unless you have ultimate control, is that it causes lift on the golf ball. So if you swing fast, that ball is gonna rise very quickly, okay? So you wanna make sure that you pick a club. That's why I picked a 4-iron. It has such little loft on it that when I swing softly, it'll still go a decent distance, but it's much easier to keep the ball flight low. So for instance, what I did right here as a drill, I have 6 alignment rods. So I kind of think of this as limbo. My first alignment rods right here in the beginning are about 10 yards ahead of me. The next ones are 20, and the final ones are 30. And so all I'm gonna do is simply set up just like how I said, have the ball back in my stance and weight forward, swing easy, and try and get the ball to go underneath this first set right in front of me at 10 yards. Let's give it a try. Okay, good. I could swing a little bit slower on that one. It rose up just a little bit. All right, so that's good. That's instant feedback. I saw that right away. And most people have cell phones. Use them. Use your cameras. If you can't catch your ball right away, post up your cell phone right behind you up here, get a down the view line, and see how quickly your ball is rising or falling. Once you hit below this first set, move on to the 20-yard, and then finally move on to the 30-yard. If you can master those 3, you'll get out of any situation that you need to hit a low shot with. Okay, so we're gonna learn how to hit the low fade, and this is a very useful tool for a lot of golfers, specifically the ones that are trying to find the fairways. This is a great fairway finder shot. Now, how we just set up for that punch shot earlier was very similar to how we're gonna do it to this. We're gonna still have the ball in the back of our stance. We're still gonna have the weight slightly forward like so in order to have that shaft lean through the ball. But what we're gonna do differently is where our feet and where our club face is aimed. All right, so specifically, this is an old rule and it works almost every single time. You want to point your feet to where you want that ball to start. You want to point your club face to where you want that ball to end up. Okay, so for instance, I like to set up straight at my target, no matter where it is, no matter what's in my way. Okay, so the ending spot of my target, let's say, is this green slightly to the right over there. Well, when I get myself aligned and I did my pre-shot routine, I would set up right straight dead at that target, okay? That way I know that my club face is pointed to where I want that ball to end up, okay? Now I still have that ball in the back of my stance, like I said, weight's a little forward, but here's the kicker. What if there's a tree right smack in my way? Well, I want to start that ball left of that tree, so I'm going to take my feet, leaving my club head where it is, take my feet and aim it slightly left, like this. Okay, now my feet are aimed left, my club face is aimed to the right of my feet line, okay? Now, when we have that set up, the last ingredient for this is to feel like that you're swinging left and down your feet line, okay? Left and down your feet line. We are trying to swing this club a little outside to in with a slightly open club face to keep that ball nice and low with a little cut. Like I said, it's great for a fairway finder, okay? So we set up to it, weights forward, my feet now are aimed left to where I want to go, and my club head is aimed right where I want to end up, still doing a softer swing with a lower lofted club. And it'll peel off just like that. So here's a quick drill to help with those low fades. It's called the tee gate drill. And all it is you set up 2 tees on either side of your golf ball, 1 club head on either side, just like this. Now that gate is going to be faced right at your target, okay? Just put them down there as a reference point for your club face. We know our club face is going to aim right where we want that thing to go. Excellent. And we put another stick down, aiming where we want our ball to start. So we put our feet down this line, our club head down this line right here, okay? Now, as you're swinging, do some practice swings and really get the feel for that club face facing square to where those tees are aimed at your target as you're swinging to the left. Now, as you're doing these drills, it's not as easy sometimes as it may seem, and so you might pull a couple and things like that. That's totally natural. You have to over-exaggerate these feelings anytime you want to learn a new feeling. Over-exaggerate it, okay? Don't be afraid to do that. I don't think I've ever met an instructor that doesn't teach over-exaggeration or doing it in slow motion, okay? So feel free to use this drill, do it in slow motion, over-exaggerate that feeling, and then once you feel like that you got it, set up to it, got our feet aligned, our club face slightly open, our setup correct, and we're gonna hit a low fade shot. Just like that. The low draw is one of the harder ones to hit by far, but it's also one of my favorites. So we're gonna set up to it the same way we did for those other low shots, meaning we're gonna have that ball position slightly back of center, just like we did before. We're gonna have our weight slightly forward, just like we did before. We're trying to maintain that low loft through impact. But what do most people do? Most people fade or slice the ball, okay? So if someone's trying to intentionally do a draw low shot, they have to be very intentional and over-exaggerate these drills in these forms. So in particular, similar to that fade shot, we are gonna start, we're gonna aim our feet exactly where we want that ball to start. We're gonna aim that club face where we want the ball to end up. Okay, so if I want this ball to end up in the center of the fairway there, I'm gonna set up square like I did before. Nice and straight right down the line. Okay, but what am I gonna do? If I got a tree in this way, right smack in front of me, I'm gonna take my feet, I'm gonna aim to the right of that imaginary tree. Ball's still gonna be back in my stance, but my club face now is aimed left of where my feet are aimed, okay? This is to promote that draw action and keep it nice and low. Okay, again though, we're still trying to swing down our feet line. This is the tough part for a lot of people for the draw, okay? So in the beginning, you're probably gonna find a lot of people will miss that ball way off to the right because they're just getting used to that club path. So after you do this and you start missing to the right, don't worry, that's totally normal, but you're really gonna have to over-exaggerate that finish position all the way through to your left-hand side like this, okay? All the way to the left and really feel that club come around your body. So keep it low, it's gonna transfer your weight and not allow you to hang back and possibly chunk it, okay? So that inside to out swing path, following your feet line is what we're looking for those low draw shots. And where would you use a low draw shot? Well, it's a great power shot. It adds a lot of distance. We get that draw spin on the ball, it'll take the fairway and run right down it. But also, it's great for back left pin positions in a lot of different situations, all right? So I'm about to show you a couple drills that'll really solidify you with your low draw shot and be able to implement it next time you get on the golf course. This is my favorite drill for low draws. All you do is you put one tee to the back right of your golf ball, about one club head, similar to that fade drill, but a little different and at an angle. You'll put another tee about one club head forward of it and to the front left. Again, this is gonna change our angle of attack and our swing path mainly, okay, to promote that draw. So if I step back after my pre-shot routine, and I don't even have to if I have these tools down, but I want to anyway just to make it a good habit. So I'm gonna point my club face where I want that ball to end up. I've got my feet now with this alignment stick closed to that club face. It's pointed to the right, okay? And these tees right here promote me to swing down my feet line, more inside to out, right? So a cut swing is more outside to in. This is a draw swing, so we're going inside to out. In particular, this drill, as I mentioned earlier, if you're not hooking it like you want to or drawing it like you have to, or I want you to kind of imagine that you've got a ping pong paddle in your hand. If you got a ping pong paddle in your hand and you want to take that ping pong and spin it left, what would you do? You turn over your club a little more or your handle a little more than what you're used to. Same thing applies right here when we're doing our draw drills. Okay, I'm gonna set up to it. Club face is where I want it to go. My feet are aimed right in the same setup as I had before. And now I'm gonna try and over-exaggerate a swing to the left, keep it low, and have a nice draw on it. So now you're all set to take this to the golf course. You were shown the low fade, the low draw, and the low punch shot. Master these shots and have total control over your game on the golf course. If you like that video, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel for more weekly content. If you want online lessons, visit teamksg.com, and I'll see you at the golf course.